What is going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I'm back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning on the right side of the map in the blue color, playing as Loki. His name is Skady. His opponent today in the blue color, playing as Zeus. His name is Mythic. The map is Marsh, and I'm so excited to see this game because I remember the Zeus magic of old. I remember what made his Zeus so good. And it wasn't anything flashy. It wasn't micro. It wasn't crazy builds. It was all of the time decision making. All of the time decision making. So I'm quite excited here to see what Magic is going to be able to do against Loki, because I know that there's a lot of Zeus players out there that struggle in this matchup because it's not that it's necessarily a challenging matchup. It's just that the decision-making process of where to put your army on the map, your army management at a macro level, is a lot more challenging than I think people give it credit for, simply just because Loki's got those speedy Herser that are going to cause a lot of problems for you throughout the game. So we'll see how the game's going to go. Skady in this game has opted into moving forward onto this. I see what that means. Okay. What was I saying? We could give him a ping and say that do the refresh. Anyways, Skady has gone for the forward hunt here. He's left the hunt in his main base, which is a really, really obnoxious way to play around Zeus Athena Rush. Because what it means is you're not able to push the Loki player off of hunt. But the other thing that it does mean is that the Loki player is going to accept a slower advance time. So on the one hand, this. On the other hand, this. We'll see how the game's going to go. Eric did point out in the chat that this hunt here is unfortunately blocked in. This is something that is a very, very rare occurrence on the Voobly Balance patch maps, but unfortunately does happen some of the time. Luckily, the map is marsh and there's a lot of hunt on the map. This is really good back hunt here for Magic, so it's a little bit upsetting to see that there. One way, if this does happen to you, that I feel like is a completely legal way of playing on Voobly, it doesn't work on Extended Edition because they fixed that interaction, is you can chop the wall down, you can make a wall segment, and you can double click onto the oak tree to delete that tree, and you can do the same with this one, and you can have access to that hunt there. So it's not like it's completely out of access if you know that trick. And we'll see how things are going to go. Relics on the map, we do have the Trios Boat, +2 Archer, Ballista, Cairo Ballista, line of sight and range. We've also got the Scales Quadruple Pass here with the reduction in Myth Unit Crush vulnerability of 20%, and the Nose of the Sphinx here with 15% building hit points. This is a really, really big relic here for Skady to grab. And we do see Skady, he is also a man of the Wild Wild West. Obviously knows that wall segments are a no-no on in tournament, but in the Wild Wild West on the Voobly ladder, without any rules being applied, you can build all the wall segments you like. And we'll see how the game's going to go as players are advancing to the next stage. You see Skady coming through, Athena coming through here for Magic, and Magic is going for a very, very economic Athena here. This is something that is not seen very much here. If you're going to go for a later advance time with Zeus, and I'm actually thinking that a later advance time with Zeus in these days is actually a 4:30 advance time. I think you have to decide to spend those resources on something, because you can't just spend it on army, because you just don't have enough military buildings and enough resource income to make up for extra military buildings, right? So Magic goes for hand axe, he goes for pickaxe, he goes for husbandry. I love this idea. We'll see how it's going to go here for Magic. It will slow down any sort of aggression here as the Minotaur gets pulled back, and Skady going to be putting some pressure on. But Magic here, completely safe in this position. I wouldn't mind seeing a wall getting placed up over here as well, as Skady is as defensive as he possibly can be here. More walls coming up on this position there as well. Why no wall chips? Well, the reason for it is wall chips don't share if you build the wall chips, they don't share the building damage like they should. Like if I kill this wall, that wall chip and that wall chip is going to fall, right? But if I kill this wall chip, these wall chips, which are all technically attached, they're close enough to be attached. They don't share building damage, which they should share. So in order to allow the defense on the towers like is done here, but also make it fair to the players that want to play aggressive, we say in the tournaments that only 4 war chips are going to be allowed around those towers, as we see the granary getting taken down. There's also a little bit of a pathing bug attached with wall chips in Age of Mythology as well. So limiting the amount of wall chips that can be built limits the amount of possibility for those bugs to occur as well. As the Toxotes coming in, targeting down military buildings. This is actually a really good usage of the Hursa time here, because these buildings cost a lot of favor, or give a lot of favor bounty. The best buildings to attack are the Sentry Tower, 550 HP at 4.32, and also, I guess, like granaries and stuff like that, 2.16 favor, only 400 HP is fairly valuable. Obviously, picking off houses is also a good thing as well, as Magic is distracting around here. The Hursa don't yet have themselves Hall of Thanes, as he's trying to bring himself into a position where he can hold on this location. The villagers are already back in onto that home hunt there. There's all this hunt over here. He could be sneaking as well as the Hursa come through, distracting it again. And the villagers have been spotted on this position. Skady doesn't have himself watchtowers yet, so this attack here is going to get some good value here. Skady decides to pull back for the time being, and watchtowers immediately comes through there for Skady as he's distracting away, losing a Hursa. We see the Hursa coming back in onto this position, as well as the dwarves retreating back into the town center. He's going to be getting a lot of damage there. There is a sneaky gold mine up here he could go and run to, but Skady has got a brutal idea in the back of his mind as he's attempting to get this wall up, distracting the hoplites there. There's the watchtowers up there as well. That's going to be some big damage to come through as the dwarves coming back in onto this position. And Skady here, he is just distracting around as best he can. Going to be losing that Skrelling there, unfortunately, there for Skady. But Magic is controlling the army relatively well here. Can Skady win this fight? Restoration gets dropped down here. Does Skady care in the slightest here is the big question. A couple of Hursa not coming in. We see a Troll spawn, not the myth unit he wanted. He wanted a Einhjar there, as the with the help of the towers here and the fact he's got defender's advantage, that restoration was not it there for Magic in the slightest, as his army does end up getting taken down, but at what cost here? Because Skady has also lost a lot of units on that fight as well, as more units are going to be coming through here for Magic. He's still only got the 2 military buildings. Houses coming up all over the place as the villagers coming through here. The Troll going to be taking down a villager on that location there. And Skady is in such a ridiculously good position. Such a good Troll position here. Was that a relic that got picked up there, or what? It was a relic, so Pygmalion's statue in for Skady as well. Look at the dwarf HP here. It goes up to 105 HP. 105 HP there for Skady's dwarves. Obviously, was it 95 HP for the 91 HP for the gatherers there? That's absolutely insane. Those dwarves are going to be packing an absolute punch here. As the Hursa come through, looks like the Troll has been taken out by the Jason there, but Skady's Hursa raids can start coming here. Skady can actually decide at this point to just go straight to the Heroic Age and not build any more Hursa. You can just build, like, you can just go Trolls, you can just go throw an Axeman and rush to the Heroic Age here as well. The question is, which gold mine should he go to? I think he should go to the top one. Spreading himself out here seems like a better idea. Wall up the top there and spread his villagers out. But maybe he feels like his army is going to be strong enough to hold any sort of attack that's going to be coming through here. As Skady, sneaky, going for this gold mine instead. I like the play. I like the idea a lot here, as the Trolls are out and this army of Magic is, just simply put, not going to be able to take this fight here. Those Trolls are really, really strong here. 12 damage a second. Going to be able to snipe down units here. Skady running away for some reason. There's no heroes. Well, there is an Odysseus here, so might be able to deal with that one there. Does he have an armory in his main base up? It looks like he's got one Hearser and that they're ready to put that armory up if he needs it. And there's the ult. That's another longhouse coming down. So Skady is saying instead of going heroic age, he wants to hang it. He wants to slum it here in a way in the heroic, in the classical age, and see if he can hold here. Especially with the help of those trolls, I think that he should be able to hold against this Greek army. But Magic is coming back in. We'll see how things are going to go here. Skady's army coming through. Magic's got the population advantage here. He's got himself 3 military buildings. Maybe it will be time for a second town center or going to the next age here, as the village is going to hang out on this gold mine, on this food here, not gold mine, on this hunt over there. And I think Magic might have pushed in to see that gold mine there, realizes nothing's there. He doesn't have a Pegasus, but maybe he's going to assume that the gold miners are on that other side. As we see an armory coming up now for Skady. Where are the Hearser going? They're going for a raid onto this position. The Hearser is already there to see what's going on there, as Skady going to have to pull his own villagers back here. As he does do so, but the Odysseus is in there, so it's going to be a little bit scary. As the Hearser are all coming in onto this position, Magic says, oh, better retreat back. But Skady, he's got the resources for a ghost building here. He's going to get some serious value. No, there's an opening there. He kind of misplaced the longhouse. That's super unfortunate for him. As the Valkyrie coming through, the longhouse coming in, Skady is playing with fire here with those dwarves in the bottom corner of the map there. And doing a great job there, but more villagers getting picked off. The army pushing into the main base here for Magic is deciding, I got to go aggressive here. If you're going to be raiding me, it's time to attack. And this is the correct decision here for Magic. It would seem you can't really chase him away as the trolls getting taken down. The Hearser coming back in. Skady hasn't lost any houses really just yet. Just the first one going down there. Skady's got himself 2 longhouses. Losing those longhouses is really going to be hurting him in this game, and losing the temple as well. Really going to be hurting him in this game as the Odysseus getting shanked in. Remember, Pygmalion statue has popped out now. The villagers are going to be much more killable here. Magic taking this fight, but the Valkyrie spawns coming through here. The Troll's going to be able to come in. More Hearser coming back, and Magic is yet again going to be losing a lot of army. That being said, Magic has still got himself a villager lead of nearly 10 villagers here, so losing his army here isn't the end of the world because he's got the villager lead. He can continue to build it. He's also got a second town center up. So he's just continuing to force Skady to spend resources and stay in the classical age, allowing Magic to get that economic advantage. It's a really, really subtle decision here from Magic. We'll see if it's going to work out for him. He's got a nice gold mine back here. He's going to be able to rebuild those units relatively quickly. He has to build farms now, though, as he's opening up this wood line here to get himself a little bit more hunt on the back position there. For a little bit later into the game. Skady can also just decide to get himself a second town center here. He doesn't have to stay one town center. He can try and compete on the economic side in this game and be completely fine, especially because he's got the speedy units. He can grab the hunt in the middle, and that's going to be a big help for him as Skady's army now pushing forward, trying to see what's happening. We see double archery ranges coming up here for Magic here. As Magic's getting himself a plow. His villagers have now broken through the wall here of forest. He's going to be getting onto this food there to help him get some more hoplites, which are going to be very, very important. And the town center now coming through for Skady as a little break on the action here coming in. I'm actually a little bit interested. What's the kill-loss ratio here? 55 to 36. So, I mean, you're kind of expecting the Norse player to be slightly in front in these sorts of fights, but more like a 3 to 2 kill death ratio is kind of what you're hoping for as the Zeus player in these positions. But we'll see how things are going to go. As the Valkyrie getting taken out, the archery range here almost going down as well, but the Valkyrie goes down and Skady going to be retreating back, and he does manage to click up through Bragi. The walls are all coming down here for Magic. What Magic really needs here to deal with Bragi is the heroic age, but it seems like his economy has just not been enough to get him there. Does he have an armory up anywhere? No armory just yet. Still pumping units out. We see the Hearser swinging around this location, but the walls not quite up yet. So the Hearser will be able to get in here. He's got to be careful to not allow that wall to get up, because then the Hearser are going to get stuck in on this position, as we do see him pushing up on this spot here as well. The real question is, does Skady just go for another good fight here? Click click Flaming Weapons, try and kill off these villagers? Or does he try and go for like a Mythic Age timing and go for more of a game-winning play here? Personally, I'm much more of a fan of the Flaming Weapons straight away and just take a good fight than waiting it out, as we do see more units trying to push through here. The walls are actually up here for Magic, and Magic is getting exactly what he needs here. Lots and lots of pain onto those Herso. 1, 2, 3, 4 Herso down, 5 Herso down as the Herso trying to retreat back here. Almost all getting picked off. That play there from Skady really threw a lot of the advantage which Skady has had here, and that's exactly what Magic needs. Magic going to be able to go to the Heroic Age now, I'm sure, after all is said and done. Do we see a market up anywhere on the map? I don't see the market. The Herser is ready to put the market up once he has the wood, I assume, there. As more Battle Boar are coming in. And Battle Boar are really, really good here against this sort of a Greek army. What you want to do with the Battle Boar is you want to get them around the back of the Toxotes, use that special ability, and fling them into the Herser if you can possibly do that. Thank you for the 24 months, Schlackers. Appreciate you, my friend. Thanks for the consistent support. That means so much. Nice to see you. It's been a while since you've been around. Appreciate you. I hope you've been doing well. As the Military Academy going down. Oh, I love this play here. Look for this Skady sense. Okay, no, never mind. Skady going to come back. This is going to be a really good Flaming Weapons here for Skady. He's got to use this one here. He's got to come in. He just has to win the fight. You don't have to win the game on Flaming Weapons. This is something that I do not feel that Magic trying to do some shoot and scoot micro here with Toxotes does not work. I do not feel you need to win the game off of the Flaming Weapons with Loki. You just need to have a good fight, kill an entire army, and then then that's completely fine. As we do see the units retreating back here. Skady going to put some pressure going forward. This keeps Magic on the back foot, but Magic is going through Dionysus at the moment. That's really, really good, and this is a great fight here for Skady. The next question is where to next. Does he go for a third town center here? Does he go to the Mythic Age here? Does he go for upgrades at this point? What's the questions here? We'll see what Skady is going to answer, as the Herso will be able to take down these units. The Toxotes aren't going to be able to win this fight, but Magic is doing a nice thing. What you can do with these things is you can kind of retreat back, and when the Herso are running in a line, you can turn around and start fighting, and then you pull back again, and you turn around and you start fighting, and you pull back again. It's really obnoxious micro, but it's a really good idea, as the Toxotes are going to all fall in on this position. And yet again, Magic is showing that technique of just run the units into the corner, waste the population there of 6 population getting wasted as the units run away, and then the units have to pull all the way across the map to get back into the fight. Gives Magic more time to kind of deal with everything. As Magic's getting himself irrigation out, lots of farms are up. He's going to be able to make those Apaspists, and Skady has to move away from pure Herser at this point. He's about to go to the Mythic Age. Hell or Tyr, which one does he go for? Hell is the option here. Tyr is a great option as well, especially when your opponents are on farms, because you know that all the food income is going to get removed. But Hell is going to get those fire giants out, and mass fire giants is tough for any civilization to deal with. As a nice raid coming through here. He does spot the villagers on this position here. Magic does react, but a little bit too slowly there, as the villagers retreating up to the top here, trying to get a couple of them alive there, as the temple going to get taken out. And we do see Magic says, if you're going to raid me, I'm going to raid you. That's how these things work. With my army isn't over there, it's somewhere else. But the town center coming up here for Skady, getting that third town center here. Once the Mythic Age hits, though, Hell is going to be giving access to a Nidhog, which can defend against these Toxotes really, really easily. The other thing is Magic needs to get a fortress up on a gold mine stat, like yesterday, because if the Nidhogg flies in and starts harassing those gold villages, life is going to be really, really tough there. As the Herso coming through, going to be trying to take out that Hydra town center going down. Gold mine gets spotted, not getting mined there, as the villagers are up onto this gold mine now as well. I love that reaction there. This gold is almost expired, but it's not going to be going down there in the slides, as the town center does survive over here. The Battle Ball will be able to take out those Apaspists for the time being, as the Hersa searching around for something to do here. I want to see the Nidhogg used on this gold mine immediately. That's going to spell big, big trouble here for Magic, because he did not respect the Mythic Age here of Skady. No fortress down, so Nidhogg is going to be able to put a stop to these villagers gathering on that gold mine for quite some time. The Odysseus is going to come over there immediately to deal with it, but look at the damage onto those villagers. One down, Villagers retreating away as they should. Rampage coming through here for Skady to spam out those fire giants. Pick off these straggler units running around the map. Magic trying to find some value there with them, but let's see if he's going to be able to do so as the Odysseus getting pushed back there as well. As the villagers attempting to come up to the top side of the map there. Urso have sprung into action around onto this location there as well. But Magic finds a little cheeky raid onto those dwarves there as the fire giant going to try and chase those down. Nidhog in the middle of the map here, not really where they want to be, as the villagers going to be shanking down these longhouses on the top side of the map, preventing the gold from coming in. Hera on the way though for Magic, but he's got no gold in the bank. He can sell for a little bit here to buy him some time to try and get himself a gold mine back, but he has to figure out how he's going to deal with that Nidhogg, and he is chasing it down with the Odysseus. Ursa come through to try and take out that Odysseus is going to be a big help. And what Magic could do if he had the resources for it, but he doesn't, is get a fortress down on this location here. As on this position here, the fire giant is going to be more than enough to deal with all of those Toxotes over here. As the Toxotes are trying to kill off these dwarves, Skady has forgotten about that Pygmalion statue. Definitely worth putting that one back into the temple there to give yourself a ton of HP on those villagers. As the villagers back over onto the large gold mine. Still no fortress up for Magic here. As the Toxoid is retreating back, and the Nidhogg is going to be able to fly back over here and get more value, it would seem. But Hera is in now for Magic, so Skady's going to be a little bit careful to not bunch up his military units too much. He's at 68 population. He could go for a 4th town center as well here if he so chooses. As the Medusa on this position, you've got to be careful with that one. Lightning Storm getting dropped down onto this position. All of these units are going to be getting taken out as the Medusa pulling away can use that special ability to take out the fire giant on that position. Definitely going to be worth doing, but does not quite have it there as the fire giant falls. More units coming in. Skady down to 110 population. Magic still at 120 population as the units fleeing from this location here. The Odysseus is going to be heading back over there. Does only have 416 HP. Does he have that Olympic parentage? No Olympic parentage there. Wouldn't be a bad idea to grab that one. As Magic is retreating away yet again. Still no fortress up to defend. The thing is, if you put a fortress down, you garrison the villages. You can only put 10 villages into the fortress, but you garrison the villages, and the Nidhogg can't kill that fortress off. So you're able to stay on that gold mine. It's a vital... It's probably the most important thing in this matchup for a Zeus player to do in the mid game, is to get that fortress up on a 6,000 gold mine. But we'll see if Magic can make this one work, as the villagers are roaming around here trying to work things out. We see over here, Magic is yet again doing the distraction action, and Skady says, you know what, I don't mind. I'm going to chase you down. I'm going to kill your units off. It doesn't matter that much that it takes a little bit longer than I would have liked, as Magic is still pushing off of gold mines all over the place. There's a perfectly safe gold mine over there that Skady can literally just move over and grab, and Magic is never going to notice that. But the fire giants starting to come out here. There's 3. We need to see Magic getting himself a Bellerophon out, but he doesn't have the gold. Where's the Nidhogg gone? Nidhogg flying back in. And the Nidhogg can also get huge amounts of damage done onto those Aspis there as well, as those raiding cavalry are coming through. Does look like the villagers here are mostly finished up on the food, as we see a bronze getting dropped down there. The Odysseus coming back in to start sniping down that Nidhogg. Skady going to be retreating back as the army pushes in onto those fire giants. Still no Bellerophon in. Bellerophon is the unit that Magic needs first and foremost. We see some walls coming up over here to prevent the gold from coming in onto this location here, as Magic, puts the mining camp down. The walls over here, we'll see if they can come up or not, as Magic retreats back. The fire giants pulling forward here onto this location. And the Nidhogg pulling back away from this spot here as well. Jason gets taken down there. But the fire giants, I mean, they're just going to absolutely remove those bronze units of Magic there, as the raiders coming through here as well. Going to take out the Odysseus. We do see that Magic is pushing in onto this gold mine over here as well. So he's still fighting in this game valiantly, as another fire giant gets taken out by the Heracles. And Magic sending the villagers up there at this point. He's got 99 population with just a little bit more of a squeeze here. Skady is going to be able to push Magic out of this game as we see a whole bunch of units swinging around onto this gold mine. Not even going to let Magic mine this gold for 30 seconds here as he pushes the villagers off there, even for a second on some of those villagers sitting idle on that position as he does retreat back there. The sell of wood now down to 18. You can still sell some food here to keep himself alive for a little bit longer, but it does look like Magic at this point will be tapping out. Skady finds the dub here with his Loki. Norse best god confirmed here in this game. I feel like, honestly here, if Magic had had a fortress down on this specific gold mine, this game would have continued, and in a really, really even, close way. That one small feature in this matchup is the most important thing. It does a couple of things having the fortress up. One, it allows you, as we see Skady with the Loki free win. One, it allows you to build your heroes out of your fortress instead of out of your town center, allowing you to continue building villages so that when you're losing those villages, they're going to continue to get replaced. So no problems with the raids there. But more importantly, having that defense against that Nidhog, meaning you can just jump into the fortress, pull out of the fortress, allows you to continue mining gold and removing that effectiveness of the Nidhogg, allowing you to get your Belleroth on out as well because you got more gold, allowing you to pick off those fire giants a little bit easier, and you're able to continue in these games. If you guys enjoyed this one, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next game.